Hi there, it's Kulji again, and thank you for coming back for part 3. I was going to actually talk about finances, but realised very quickly that it's probably better for you to follow your own government guidelines for your particular country. Here in the United Kingdom, I follow gov.uk, and the other person I follow is the Martin Lewis Money Show, where you can get some excellent advice on what to do with your finances at this moment in time. So instead of talking about money, I wanted to talk about patience and centering. And I just wanted to share a technique that my husband taught me when I was going through my cancer treatment in 2017-18. It's a technique that I use quite a lot, and it enables me to make moments of where I'm feeling anxious or super nervous quiet down in my head to give me some peace. So it's a very simple technique which involves your thumb and whichever finger you feel comfortable with. And what we're going to do is we're going to press those together. Not yet, not just yet, but they're the ones that we'll use. And I want you to then take your mind to a really, really happy moment in your life. Somewhere where you felt so happy and at peace with the world. It could be anything, it could be anywhere, it could be with anyone, it might be where you went on holiday, but something that really gave you some sense of peacefulness in your heart and your mind, and the world was perfect for you. Then I want you to bring those two together and do it in a quiet place if you can. I have birds tweeting because I have my door open, but that to me is really peaceful. So bring the two together and bring your finger and thumb together. As you press your finger and thumb together, shut your eyes loosely and just remember that moment of happiness. Press your fingers and thumb tightly and bind the emotion of what you felt during that happy moment into that finger and thumb. Keep pressing, keep really feeling that moment. Think about who you were with, what you were doing, where you were. What was it that you saw that made you feel so happy? You could be with friends or family, or on the beach, or dancing, or at the movies, whichever. It's something that resonates with you, that enables you to feel an instant moment of happiness. Do it for about 30 seconds. You can do it up to a minute, but I think after that time you will find that you start to drift. And once you start to drift, be conscious of that and just loosen your finger and thumb. Open your eyes gently, and you should be mindful of the way that you're feeling. Now, I use that whenever I have someone coming to me with a injection, or if I do feel anxious, I do use that technique and it works really well for me. I'd love you to try it whenever you're feeling anxious or feeling nervous about something. But please do let me know how you got on. It's something my husband, again, I said, when he was doing his clinical hypnotherapy training, taught me. And then just lastly, to talk about patience. And patience, I think, is very underrated. I think people now find that because they're at home, they need to fill their time with stuff, do stuff around the house, do stuff around the garden, which, fair enough, it's a great thing to do, and I'm not saying not do it, but it's almost like you feel like you have to do work away from work type of thing, because we're so used to this really fast-paced life, and we don't really have the time to sit and appreciate quietness and moments of centering. And patience itself is almost being thrown out the window to some extent, because people are becoming impatient because they have to queue up, because they have to follow directions, they have to do things that they're not familiar with doing, and it can unnerve them a little bit. And I just wanted to talk about the fact that we're all doing that. We all have to queue up. we all have to follow the guidelines that our country government is telling us, and there's a very valid reason for that because of the spread of coronavirus, COVID-19. And moreover, we're all missing our families, we're all missing our friends, and we're all missing the touchy-feely stuff, the hugs and being able to be around them. And whenever we let things like ego get in the way, patience and kindness just goes out of the window completely, and we forget how to be civil and lose all our humility once we become impatient. So when you're queuing up, or when you're missing your loved one, or when you're feeling annoyed or hacked off that you've got to do something that you don't really want to do, I just want you to think of this one thing. And it's about a man I read a story on, and he is currently recuperating from COVID-19, a 40-something truck driver who said in his piece really about what to do when these scenarios happened. And he just said, be bored, be very bored, be restless, be resentful of being told what you've got to do and what you can't do, but please, please be patient, stay at home, don't take chances, and please stop the spread of coronavirus. I just want you to think about that, and I hope you have a wonderful day. The last thing I want to say is, Boris Johnson, please, we want you to get better, and our hearts and minds are with you, and we wish you a speedy recovery, because Britain needs you, quite frankly. We all need you, your friends and family. We all need you. Thank you.